Good morning, my lovely friends. It's a very sunny morning. That is very cheerful. Although, and I purposely chose not to use the word but, although, another little additional bit of information that most of you know because you're dealing with it is it's damn fucking cold. It's roughly minus 30 still in the daytime. And it's going up to a balmy minus 18, supposedly, if we're lucky for some sunbathing. And that's around 4 o'clock to 5, and then it gradually gets colder and colder until 5 in the morning, where it reaches minus 30 again. But tomorrow doesn't go anywhere near as cold. So, and then I think there's next week there's in the lowest a minus 28, and then it seems like it's leaving us. I will not argue with it. Thank you for the little visit. Always a little bit of excitement. But for example, my situation, anyone that's been following, the propane definitely becomes very sluggish at something between minus 20 and minus 30, let's just say. And I put some insulative covering over some of the little pipes, wires, tubes, whatever you want to call them, hoses, I guess, for propane, and it seems like it helped a bit when it wasn't super cold, but definitely the minus 30 thing. My propane stove, either, well, I can show you. A moment ago, I managed to have it working. Let's see if I got it back. Yeah, I got it back working. But look how teeny the flame is. Anyone that's got propane, you know that's pretty well the height of a flame when it's about to give out. Although I found out it hasn't given out, although if I, like right there, I stop the propane and start it again, sometimes it doesn't start. My concern is that the furnace here, propane, keeps going. But I do have the electrical, I did have the electric heater on all night on half mode, and I've got it on full mode right now because I'm not 100% sure even if the propane is pumping anything out right now. It might kick back in when it warms up to the balmy minus 18. We'll see. Everything is a learning experience here. Everything is a new little bit of information. Like if it does kick in better at the minus 4 o'clock kind of thing, then it's just that much more information, and I know even more so that predictability of when it starts to flow again and when it stops. Whereas at the moment it's still a little bit of guesswork, but it does seem that that's what it has been doing. So I'm now not in a panic because I don't have a heat and it's minus 30 out, but I'm what is the word? I'm vigilant and observant because I want to pay close attention to the little details, because it really does give me a lot of information that I can use in my future. So because of the propane on the stove being so low, I couldn't roast my beans very well, so I got this kind of a odd, very mild, light roast that was really hard to grind. I think I more dehydrated it over a long period of time with a teeny flame, and it didn't put out a lot of strength, or at least didn't feel like it. And I'm not really getting a lot of satisfaction from it either, so maybe I will make myself a new cup of coffee. We'll see. Anyways, folks, I just wanted to drop this little line. It's not going to be well, maybe it will be a YouTube, I don't know. I've been doing all these little short ones now that I've been playing around with editing. And I do want to get that advancing. Get into the cinematic mode, learn what exactly can I do in there and all that jazz. So today is that kind of day. It is sunny, as I mentioned. I am determined to walk the dogs. This is at their max for temperature, so I'm really watching them carefully as well. I don't want them to freeze. They do have the barn to go into with straw on the floor, so I got water and I just fed them. So they're good, but I still want to keep my eye on them. Because this kind of temperature used to be we'd bring them in the house just for a little warm up. But Tor on his own in this trailer, he would use up every bit of space, and I'm just concerned that he'll wreck the place. Well, it's not going to wreck the place. He's not that bad, but he gets restless really quick. Time it takes to open this door to get him in here, it's going to lose its heat. There's no value. It's more like for me to satisfy myself with something that I tried. But I think everything's good. There's lots of Jack Frost crystallized on the windows. I'm finding the thing that no one ever mentions because it's too stressful, and I'll mention it without saying any words because I don't want to get into any details, but just I think it's dragging on a little too much for everyone, no matter what your background is, what your beliefs are. I think most of us have just dropped our beliefs and just said, fuck it. Let go for now. It's just too stressful to be pushing or whatever. And I think we really, we need some things to cheer ourselves up regardless of what side, what belief, what narrative. Like I forgot what that movie was where there was a war and they caused a ceasefire for like a lunch break, and you even have neutral moments in a war. So I think having a big beach party or something this summer, the whole world, would be awesome. But somehow I don't think that's going to happen. But I do have a lot of ideas myself and concepts for Nomad Village that I had from before that are developing. Some are changing, some are staying the same. But overall, it is very much a similar ideal of creating a space for people to come, to get a break, talk with, like-minded people, friends. We're all friends. Sit around a campfire, chit-chat, talk about fun resourcing things. Some of the things that I'm thinking about that everything has made me really, really focus in on and value and raise those values is simplicity. Embracing simplicity, embracing handmade things. I think, my personal thoughts, I think we should just pull back on all the big box stores, make them friggin' start putting out grants and stuff, like make them pay for their fucking business they get from us, make them earn it, and then put a lot of money into really good micro type businesses, little niche market, from micro breweries to micro cheese making places to anything that involves the arts, from food to just sculptures, paintings, wooden toys like the old days. Can you imagine if your kids got handmade wooden toys? You know, and I guess there's a nostalgic element there, but I think there's a lot more to it that I'm suggesting than nostalgia. You know, I'm not suggesting running back. As Terence McKenna said, to the last sane moment we ever knew. There is an element of that for sure. But really, I've been out here by myself a large amount of the time, and a lot of time to think and to feel. And nature, I feel like nature and circumstance is speaking to me. And the nature that I'm surrounded by anyways, I feel very protected by. The trees here, there's something about them, their presence. And I feel like there's whispers, not to my actual ears, to my heart, that are paving the way for my growth. And how Nomad Village takes shape, largely, as well, and the motivations behind it. I will tell you that what needs to be done for Nomad Village to make it even happen scares the friggin' daylights out of me, I will be honest. But I'm purposely moving into it, knowing that running any kind of business is a scary concept, but I've got to push through it. All that. That's stuff that I just can't see how it could even be remotely fun. But anyways, got to make it happen. I'm going to work at this. I've got lots of inspiration, but I really feel that going back into simplicity, and simplicity, it's probably not the best word for it, but things that have had time and energy and love, the heart put into it. Number one, it gives us something to do that is quite different than quite a lot of the meaningless things we have to do in the day. And then, of course, it creates a gift for someone else to appreciate. So it's got two sides to it. It's therapy for the person making it, and it's definitely a wonderful joy for the person receiving it. So those are my thoughts. So that gives you a hint of the village. There's definitely going to be a lot of handmade stuff and a lot of workshops and a lot of art therapy, to use in a simple term, where I stress this right now, that there's no emphasis on amazing artistic talents or anything. This is for everyone to find out that they can create, and through creating they can heal, and they can make others happy as well as themselves. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, my friends. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.